Sisemia, kwang kwang kwang, kwang 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 kwang, kwang 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 kwang. Breaking news.
I really struggle with the intros on this, and I guess I'm just trying to find my feet really. But today I'm just gonna get into it as always. I've got an amazing guest. We have Ora in the building.
Hi,
can I get a round of applause?
Thank you for having me.
Wow,
this is amazing.
Welcome to the
Thank
Bridesroom.
you, girl. Thank you so much.
I've been looking forward to this episode.
So have I.
I think today's going to be fun, obviously.
Most definitely.
Before we get into it, I think it would be nice for people to actually just figure out who you are.
So my name is Ora. My Instagram and Twitter is @miss, that's MS_Ora, ORE. So yeah, I am from the Real Talk Real Walk podcast. And yeah, I ended up on here because of a couple of tweets that went viral.
We love that.
I'm a 2018 bride, so 5 years ago now. So I really don't have anything new and modern to give you guys, unfortunately.
Apart from the gist from before.
But yeah, that's basically me.
Oh, wait, thank you. And yeah, guys, I know you're going to love this episode as you do. We're getting amazing feedback. So yeah, I know you guys are going to enjoy this one. And so yeah, that's it really. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me everywhere really. And yeah, enjoy all the other content outside of this podcast. Cool. So, hey Ora.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me today.
No worries. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Oh no, I think I've been looking forward to this episode.
Me too.
It's actually been overdue. You know why?
Tell me.
Oh my god, that tweet.
I was not expecting
that tweet
it.
changed everything.
I was not. Do you know what? I don't even think it was a tweet because the content was there.
Yeah, the content was there, and I thought, okay, this is a bit mad. But then you picked up on it.
I wasn't expecting it to go.
You tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And then Twitter started tweeting about it.
Do you know how I saw it? Because I saw it from a vendor that I follow.
Oh, you actually followed the vendor?
Because there was quite a few.
Yeah.
There was a particular vendor that had picked up that snippet that you shared, and she used it basically to talk to other vendors and be like, vendors, we need to educate people.
Okay.
So then I saw that and I was like, let me see this.
Yeah.
So then I clicked into it and I saw the comment section and I saw vendors.
They were throwing shade.
Basically disgracing themselves.
I know. I was like, oh my God, this is so bad for business.
Yeah. I was just like, how can vendors?
And they were like, you know, the funny thing is that they were like kind of like high-fiving each other in the comments.
Yeah, and they were literally, it was like Mean Girls, like in school, like everybody was kicking, and I was just like,
what's going on?
As a service provider, how can you be so confident on a public website talking about your, I was going to say guests, but what do you call them?
Your prospect clients.
Yeah, your prospective clients like that.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, well.
I thought that was mad. So obviously you spoke up.
So then,
and
that's what I tweeted.
You were not feeling the injustice.
I was
you were
not.
like,
I was
justice
just
for
like,
brides.
this is rude. I really wasn't feeling it.
No, I wasn't feeling. You know what? I do feel like the original person that did actually do the snippet.
I don't think her intentions were
I
bad.
think she meant well.
No, she did. She did.
I do
Yeah,
think
in
she
case
meant
she
well.
sees this,
But it went left very
did.
quickly, not because of her.
Yeah,
but just
it was
because
the comment.
the industry was
I
just
think there was
showing
one particular vendor who I personally think was like inciting
Yeah.
all the comments.
Yeah.
And that was the vendor whose comment I screenshotted.
Oh, yeah, saying that.
Interestingly, by the time my tweet had gone viral, I came back and that comment was gone.
Oh,
It was
really?
deleted. I don't know whether
was it the garden party comment? I was like, okay.
It wasn't even just. I think she was just basically saying like, it wasn't just the garden party thing, because if 2K is a garden party, fair enough. But
Yeah.
it was like she was insulting people. She was like, it's always the people that have low budget that want to come, and I was just like,
whoa.
it was so.
But it's
rude.
good. No, but I think it's so good that we are seeing that. No, the public is seeing that.
How
Because
she was behaving. Yeah.
Do you get it? Because I do feel like a lot of couples, this is what we do see before we get to our big day. So I was happy. I was like,
I was
like show yourself.
That one lady in particular.
Yeah, because
it
they
really
finna
upset
come
me,
for your
man.
ass. And what did they do?
They came. She did that comment that I had screenshotted. She had deleted it.
Yeah,
Or somebody had
but then
deleted
people
it.
were still like saying crazy things.
Yeah,
in the
they were.
comments,
After, I was like, I'm gonna leave the comment section.
yeah,
because that's just not me.
Yeah, same.
But,
it's not me
yeah.
either. But at the same time, it's needed.
But I'm glad that
The-
people were speaking
The
up when I was
conversation
like,
is needed.
yeah.
And yeah, it was wild. So yeah, no, I saw the tweet, and so I'm gonna actually pull up the tweet that you actually pull up.
Oh.
I mean, you actually tweeted. Where's my phone gone? It's here. So the tweet that you tweeted that day was actually hilarious. So you were like, the wedding industry is in a shambles. I've just seen a bride complain about the price of decor for 200 guests, £4,000, and vendors are in the comments saying that her budget is too small and cussing her for not wanting to spend money. Is it?
I was so angry. I was like, how can you police somebody's budget? Well, if somebody has a budget, that's what they've
their
got.
budget.
If you can't work with it, just say,
And I
you know
don't-
what, I'm not the vendor for
But
you.
you know the crazy thing, it wasn't even about the budget, because at the end of
No,
the day,
it wasn't.
the
Yeah,
vendor
'cause
had agreed to do the work for the amount.
It wasn't.
And not even that. I don't think she came and said, "Hey,
No, she
want to
didn't. So then
spend
I started feeling bad, because then I saw that she'd gone on
Yeah,
her
she was-
Instagram
but she-
and I
yeah,
was like, oh,
she-
no,
yeah.
I wasn't, because it wasn't about, I know
No, it wasn't
that
about
wasn't
her,
what she
that's
was saying. It
fine.
wasn't even about her situation. I was actually just more angry with the vendors.
No,
because I
but
was
as
like,
you
why are
should
people
be,
conducting
because
themselves like this?
She feels that way. I feel that way.
Yeah.
We all feel that way. So I'm like, we all know where you're coming from with that. But then what was making me laugh was that everybody started coming forward with their comments. It was just actually making me laugh so much. And even still, vendors were still fighting. One was like, oh, okay, but A, if you can't afford it, don't do it. And B, I don't see the point in having a big, expensive, lavish, everyone look at me competition
And
wedding.
that's what I was like, these
It's like,
people are
what
just
are you,
rude.
yeah, what are you guys actually
no
talking
one
about
is
now?
saying any
Because
of this stuff.
no
People
one is-
just want value for money.
That's the part. And I think that's the part that we really need to hold on to, is the fact that people just want value for money.
Literally.
No one's actually saying, hey, I want to spend, I quote Rose, 10p on my wedding. No one is saying they want to spend 10p. People
just
are
want
actually saying,
value for
hey,
money.
what is the price? You give us the price. And so therefore we expect whatever it is that...
And equally, there are customers for every type of vendor. Like I then
Exactly.
followed up and I was like, look, I understand how like economics work. You know, in every industry you have a luxury provider, and you have like an average provider, and then you have a low budget provider. And
Agreed.
it's up to everybody to pick. Which is even in the car market, like not
Yeah,
everybody's gonna
but-
afford a Tesla.
But you say that, but the problem is as well is that they actually...
She has luxury.
Yeah, so then I think in reality that actually isn't the case for the wedding. That's what actually angers me personally, is that there actually isn't a vendor for everybody, because if people wanted to spend £500 on decor, we can't find that.
But maybe it isn't feasible, because at the same time, as much as I said that, I still also believe in, you know, like paying what
quality,
somebody is due. You know,
yeah.
not even just the quality, but obviously, as people say, you know, these people probably don't have a 9 to 5. That's their bread and butter. So therefore, when people are charging you, they have to mark it up so they can also make a living. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at that. That's capitalism. That's the way the world works. But I do think that you need to provide a service that is suitable to what your client has asked for. And if you can't do it, just say, look, that's not going to be possible.
Yeah, I agree. I agree to some degree, but then at the same time, there's just some things I struggle to get my head around. So for example, take like hair and makeup.
Yeah.
for me, and it's a topic that I still don't know how I'm going to tackle that one, because I'm sure outside of wedding world, we already see the
I
methods.
think hair and makeup.
Oh my God. I saw a tweet today. Someone saying, oh, at this time, we are not taking 4C. I don't know if you saw, did anyone see that? Oh my God.
We're not taking 4C clients.
Yes.
So she
At
just has the
this
capacity. Yeah, I think that a lot of hair and
what
makeup.
is going on?
Yeah, hair
But
and makeup.
it's mad. But my thing is like, why is it that like my bridesmaids on my wedding day can pay X amount, under £100 for makeup, but then I as the bride have to pay 10 times that amount with the exact same experience?
They'll say that it's because wedding makeup is different for
It's not,
brides. If you
though.
cry, then they have to, they have to make it heavy. They have to make it translate for the photographs and all of that kind of stuff. Me, I don't know, because I'm not an MUA by any stretch. But that's what they will say. I think some of them are smoking.
Yeah.
But equally.
No, I agree. I think for me, I feel like let's call a spade a spade. We know it's not actually worth that amount. However, what I will say is that I'm very supportive of people that have like been in the industry for X amount of years. Like I've literally spent the last 10 years perfecting my craft. So my price is my price. I would rather people just be honest and say my price is my price, because I've been doing this for X amount, and that's why I'm able to provide you this experience, rather than them just saying, oh, it's because I do. We know that's cap. That stuff that you say, the product is this, that's cap. It's cap.
But I feel like at the end of the day, there's people that are still going to pay until we
and
start
that's the
collectively
reality.
saying, especially us girls.
Because our
Like,
wedding,
ultimately, when it comes to hair and makeup, no one wants to compromise. Like, they'll be like, maybe decor, they don't care, but hair and makeup, everyone wants to be looking.
Yeah, everyone wants to be looking crisp.
So therefore, everyone's gonna book those vendors.
And I am people. I pay the
Myself
money.
included,
We are
same.
people. Do you get it? But I think it's fine when you get whatever you expect. If it's matching the money, then fair enough. So we'll park that to the side.
I think just book people that you know are reliable, and even like I'd rather book someone who's for hair and makeup. I'd rather book someone who I know is expensive, but I know they're reliable.
Yeah.
And that they get the job done every single time.
And that for me, that is the experience, right? But anyway, let's park that to the side. Let's go to your wedding day. So when did you get married?
So I got married in 2018, which was 5 years ago.
Okay, cool.
I do not think that I would have had the wedding I had then in today's economic climate.
Okay.
Like for the price that I paid as well.
Do you mind sharing?
Yes, I think.
What was your budget as a whole?
So we had for the white wedding or the traditional wedding?
Yeah, both.
So the traditional wedding, I just basically left that to family.
Oh,
and I was
lucky
just
you.
like, yeah, because I was like,
lucky
my
you.
family's quite big,
Yeah.
and because my dad had passed away by the time I was already getting married.
Yeah.
I already knew that there was things that come along with that.
Yeah,
that
you
there's
didn't
no
wanna
point
handle.
fighting. Everybody wants to come and support the person that is no longer here.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like, do you know what, you people
Just do what you want, yeah.
do what you want.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
I said, we'll pay what we can for the white wedding. Obviously, we still had quite a lot of help as well. So I think all in all, in total for the white wedding, we might have started out saying around 30k, but we probably went over. I want to say, because food alone on that initial budget would have been a third of that budget. So I know for a fact that we probably spent closer to like 40, 45
in 2018. That's a big
I
budget
had
for
350 people though.
But that's a big budget though for that time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like 40k now in this day and age. Actually,
I've never actually sat down and calculated it all.
it
but
might
I
still be
know.
reasonable for the same amount at this. But
Yeah,
obviously
I
people probably won't
know,
get what
yeah.
you got though.
At least, and from the numbers that I remember, food, the venue, photography, and like my dress and all my makeup and all of that would have been at least 20, 25. So, and there's other costs
And
like decor.
did you
as
get
well.
married in the UK as
Yeah,
well?
I did. I always knew that.
Oh, you
I
didn't
wasn't
want to do like destination?
Not that I didn't want
was it
to.
a thing? I don't think it was really a thing in 2018.
People are still
It was
starting to do.
just starting, but I don't think it was
Yeah.
like now where it's like
People are
it's a
still starting to
thing.
do, but I just knew that for the number of guests and the kind of family that I have,
300 people abroad. It sounds like a nightmare.
I just knew that I could
Yeah,
exactly
no, that sounds like,
logistically. I was like, I'd rather have a nice
please.
wedding
and just do it
and
here.
do it here
yeah.
and know that it's amazing
Yeah.
than go abroad. Just because I was just like, no. If I did a vow renewal though, because I've been to so many destination weddings.
Oh, they're
since,
so beautiful.
and they
I
are
can't
honestly,
lie.
they're amazing.
I had one and I loved it.
Like, yeah.
Even though, in one of my episodes, I talk about
I
the
wanted
weather,
if
but
I ever
still.
do, I don't believe in vow renewals.
Yeah.
But if I ever did one,
No,
I want to do it abroad with like 20 people.
It is
and
the
just,
best experience.
Yeah,
I
would love to.
confirm.
My friends have gassed me because I've been to theirs.
No, exactly. So no, I think you're like you sound like you were one of the lucky ones where like it wasn't so stressful. Did you get a planner as well?
So I think I'm naturally organized. The lady that you had on the episode before, the one that's just come out, because I don't know which order this will come out in, she was talking about being like a type A personality.
Yeah.
So I think I'm generally quite organized.
Okay.
And then we also had a relatively long engagement. So we had 18 months.
Okay.
From the time we got engaged to the day we got married. It was literally 18 months to the day.
Okay.
And I remember when my husband proposed to me and I was like, 18 months is a long time.
No, it's a good amount of time to
now,
plan a
in
nice
hindsight,
wedding. Yeah.
for the wedding we had, the time was perfect. So I didn't have a planner, but I did have on the day coordinators,
which I think is necessary.
And I also had shout out to Christina. Now she's Tubes Floral now, so she does floristry.
Oh, I think she put it.
Yeah. I think she was in the comments as well. She's nice. Christina's sensible. She's not going to make mad.
Yeah, she was telling me.
Yeah. At the time, she was doing coordination. She was also doing flowers as well because she did mine, but she was doing coordination, and I had met her. She was on. Is it Don't Tell the Bride?
Oh, is it?
The Say Yes to the Dress. So I saw her on Say Yes to the Dress, right?
And you booked her through that?
No. So what happened was like I saw her. It was actually her venue.
Okay.
Because this was when I was looking for venues, and I'd seen her venue, and it looked really nice, and I needed to know where it was. So I was like, well, who is this girl? Like, how do I find her venue? I found her name, and then I found her on Facebook. And my mom was like, you should just
Facebook.
Yeah, this was like 5 years ago, right?
Oh, lucky
so I just put her name, and I somehow found her on Facebook. And my mom was like, you should just DM her, or just whatever it was called then. And I was like, isn't that a bit weird?
Yeah.
And then me, I don't have shame, so I just was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna DM her. I was like, hi, I saw your wedding on Don't Tell the Bride. Like, where did you get my? And that's how we like started talking. And she obviously was trying to get, I don't know if she was trying to get into the industry or she knew a lot about the industry. So then she just basically like took me under her wing, and we just kind of like were able to do this together. And so she just gave me so much help. Like, I knew a lot of what I wanted anyway. Just
but she was like, able to help you bring it to
But she helped me a lot with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I do think that I owe a lot of help. And then she ultimately, I did actually book her for coordination as well.
Oh, okay.
So her company at the time, they did the coordination.
But that helps then if she already runs the venue and then...
So she didn't run the venue, but she just, she didn't own the venue because I didn't end up using the venue that she used. I used a different one. I used Boreham House, which is in Chelmsford. But she knew a lot about like the industry, and so she was just able to help me. And then her coordination team were amazing. I was very also hands-on. I was like, this is how it has to run. It has to be organized. I want it to be like this, like this, like this.
Yeah.
And so that was basically how I ended up planning my wedding. And yeah, so after that, everyone's like, you should start a business. But I'm so glad I never did, because...
But you know, I feel like I don't know. I think it's fun when it's your own wedding.
It is so much more fun. But I still love it though, because I've been bridesmaid so many times afterwards.
I know.
And I'm always the bridesmaid that's like, okay, guys,
that's
this
like
is
me.
time we need to get ready.
I'm looking
guys,
for,
we're gonna get ourselves together. Like I'm always that bridesmaid. So I'm like,
you just want to create that experience for people. No,
literally.
No, I hear it. So outside of that, so you had like, so from the sounds of it, it sounds like you had good vendors. Did you like your vendors, right?
I did. So the ones that made it to the wedding day, I did. I feel I had great vendors, and all of them are still in business, which just goes to show.
That's good.
It's been 5 years, and it just goes to show that if you treat people like with respect, and also your vendors are like sensible people, then there's longevity. Yeah, there's longevity, and the relationship is still good, because I can still recommend people over and over again. Like, even since I remember ages ago I tweeted like, our MC, we already knew him like from other weddings, but we've kept a good relationship with him. When it was his 30th, he was like, I want some of my people there, so he invited us.
Oh, that's nice.
Our cake, the person who made my cake, when I had my daughter's dedication, she made us cake.
Oh, lovely.
Christina, who was saying does Tubes Floral, when it was my 30th and I needed some flowers, she came like, honestly, my vendors, the ones that I still keep in contact with, and even the ones that I don't, I would recommend them. But I say that I honestly say that I do think good vendors, word of mouth goes so far for them. Honestly. And obviously, as you can see, and treating people, because I think I was a nice bride. Like, as much as I have my standards, I think I treat people. It goes both ways. For sure. I think you have to treat, as you're booking them and as you're negotiating, treat people with respect. And also state what you want, but equally, you know, like let them treat you with respect as well. And I think that goes a long way. But I loved my vendors. I wish I could like do all again, because I really did like the ones that made it to the wedding. So the ones that didn't make I remember you, well, earlier on you told me. Yeah. You got scared. Oh, so how did that happen? It was decor as well. That's why I don't have to, that's probably why that
it was triggering you, paining
because it was decor as well.
Okay.
It was like, so basically, earlier on in the process, my husband had gone to like, a show, like a wedding show.
Okay.
And that's how he basically had run into this lady.
Okay.
Who was also initially meant to be doing coordination.
Oh, okay.
I've got rid of her.
Decorator and coordinator.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So she was like, she started off as coordination, and then she was like, you know, as part of the coordination process, I provide decor services. So, and I think she wanted to quote us like £3,000.
Okay.
For
was that one of your first ever quotes for decor?
Yeah.
So it must have sounded a bit mad in the beginning, or not really? Did you come into your planning process knowing a lot?
So I think I did not.
Okay.
Price wise, I didn't know.
Because things were just shocking me as I was
everything.
hearing,
Exactly. I was the person that everything was
just shocking me.
But then it was like everyone I would go to was giving me
the
similar
same price.
price.
I'm like, what's going on
okay,
here? Yeah.
I must be the mad one.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay,
that's
cool.
basically what happened on the decor side. And then I think maybe this was like the first vendor that was coming in a little bit cheaper than everyone else. So I was like, well, okay.
Yeah.
But she hadn't done like a demo.
She didn't do a demo.
She didn't do a demo, but she just quoted me.
Okay.
And she'd like, I'd been like, can you send me pictures of your previous work? And then she'd be showing me like Pinterest, and I was like, no, I want to see what you've done. And then she just showed me one fuzzy picture like this.
Oh God.
And I was, by this point though, I didn't negotiate well, so I don't even want to talk about that part.
Why? What happened?
What I should have done is I should have waited for the demo before I put down any money.
That's the thing, but no one knows. I didn't even
But
know
because
I didn't know that you even must have a demo.
Yeah,
I didn't have no demo.
But
so
exactly. So I didn't know this. And also we'd built a rapport
Yeah.
from the whole coordination side. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Then it was now getting close to the wedding. What happens? She actually did someone's wedding in my church.
Oh God. Okay.
She did their coordination and their decor.
Okay. I just think that's such a weird service to offer. But anyway,
exactly.
Continue. Yeah,
and
yeah.
my friend was like, this better not be the same girl that you're using, because this
God.
girl was all over the place. She was not organized, and the decor was not what she wanted. So my friend, who was a guest at the wedding.
Oh God.
So then after that couple came back,
You know
from
the
their
guest that
honeymoon-
I spoke about this as well. Whose episode was this? I think it was Jennifer's episode. The guest that would be seeing everything. But
Yeah, she was talking about that. So then, yeah, and because she was my friend as well, she was
Oh, is
obviously
your
going to give
friend?
me the
Okay.
tea. So when the couple came back
Yeah.
from their honeymoon and we were still in church, I said, please, I need to know, is the person this girl?
Yeah.
She said, yeah. I said, I need to cancel her immediately.
You're lucky though.
It was the grace of God. Their wedding was like in October. Mine was meant to be in June. It was in June. So this was like now November, December.
Oh, wow.
6 months to the wedding. I said, babe,
But you know what? It's better to go through that. I personally
She
believe
kept half my money though.
and this is the thing. I did say this: normalize refunds. Like
She didn't give me
we
a
can get to a
refund.
place where like we can just give back the money if like you know.
I tried
Well,
everything.
how much? Wait, she took half of the money.
She took half.
So she gave
it
you
was a
back
grand-
1.5.
No, so she took 1.5. I don't even know how much she gave me. Maybe like £500. I don't.
That's the thing. Like I just
It
don't
was-
understand.
Yeah,
like how.
it was not. So I said, babes, I reported her to all my. But
I hear it.
Because at that time as well, I don't know if I say this, it will give away who the girl is. She was trying to. I don't know where she is today. I don't think she is in the industry anymore.
Yeah.
But at that time, she was quite well known. Not.
Oh, wait, hold on.
It was one of. Oh my gosh, not her. Yeah, I think she was on the team. One of them she even hosted, because when they released the pictures, I definitely saw her there.
You were like, I know this.
Yeah, I was like,
face.
this is the girl.
Go
I
on.
met her face to face. It was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
husband that had met her.
Okay.
And all of us, we were just communicating via like social
Like
media.
WhatsApp or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, even her WhatsApp, like she didn't have a picture, no logo. So, but she was very like respectful when we were communicating. I'll give her that.
But that's the thing. I say this at the end of the day. I feel like we need to start taking emotion out of planning weddings.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree,
Okay,
I
you're a nice
agree.
girl, but can you actually do the job?
I agree.
I mean, I hate you. It doesn't mean you're a bad
agree.
person, but if you can't, it's fine. Like I really feel
agree.
like we need to start like separating emotion from a bridal perspective and even from a vendor perspective as well, because I do think sometimes emotions is what clouds like.
I agree. It makes you, and that's the thing. When it was time to fire her, I felt really bad because I was like,
Yeah, no, that happened to me.
like no disrespect.
But you gotta go.
But, yeah, no, she had to go. She really had to go.
You have to
And-
go. Yeah.
And then after, when we did have to have that conversation, then she started showing some of her true colours and some
Oh,
of the things that she was saying. I
really?
was like, yeah, this baby's mad.
Yeah, no, but that's good though. That's a good sign, because not everyone gets that lucky where they can just drop a person out
It was like
before the wedding. I feel like it's better to take on as much stress as you can before
Yeah, I
your wedding.
agree.
Now
Because
look how
I
you think
think-
about your wedding now.
I think that was the benefit of having the time as well. The
yeah.
18 months, because by
Room
this
for
point,
error.
yeah, there was room for error. Everything was almost secured now. It was just the decor. So then I had to
Yeah.
find someone last minute, which was not. Well, it wasn't really last minute because I had 6 months.
Yeah, but
6 months
still.
in wedding speak. Sometimes depending on how advanced, like some people get booked.
It's quite
up, like,
intense. Yeah, the
So I
good
had to
ones.
find,
Yeah.
So then I had to find someone. the person I did book, she did a good job.
Yeah.
She did a really, really good job. But had I, like, from the beginning, maybe I would have, like, maybe, I don't know if I would have chosen her. But she did really well.
Well, good for the one that did get booked, and sorry to the one that didn't. The game is the game, unfortunately.
Literally.
So, they take our money, we're allowed to fire whoever we want. So
that
is what it is. Okay, so I saw this tweet on, not tweet, a TikTok about this girl. It was actually in America, but there was this girl that she had made her bridesmaid. No. So she had a maid of honor that she made, obviously maid of honor during her own wedding time. Now it was time for her maid of honor to get married, and her maid of honor didn't make her maid of honor back. She didn't make her maid of honor back.
Oh gosh.
And to top it off, she didn't even add her to the bridal party.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that happened to me.
Oh, wait, it happened to you? Oh, hey,
It happened to
wait. Let me land.
It happened to me.
So, not only did she not make it to the bridal party, she wasn't even a part of, like, the guest list when it came to, like, the seating chart.
Ooh, that didn't happen to
She
me.
flew states. Okay, that didn't happen to you?
I didn't go to the wedding, but that didn't happen to me.
I actually felt bad for her.
Yeah,
So, like, people were
same.
sending me this TikTok, people were tagging me on TikTok, people were atting me on Insta. I was like, okay, guys, like, what do you actually want me to say about this? And I haven't actually got round to actually talking about this topic. So I thought it would be a nice one to talk about with you to see if you've been through it. But apparently you have.
Bridesmaids is such a techie.
I know. Why is it everyday girls? Like, why? Why
No,
do
I
we
have
keep
to
doing this to
say,
ourselves?
I don't have my bridesmaids. They're all still my friends.
Yeah,
to this
same.
day. And I've been bridesmaids for other people who weren't my bridesmaids, who I am still friends with to this day. So to be fair, up until like last year when it happened to me, was it last year? I used to be like,
it was fresh.
It's relatively fresh.
Oh,
Up until it happened to me, I used to be like, I don't know why people are always beefing their bridesmaids.
No.
Because I just can't relate.
Yeah, no, same. There's no need to actually fight your bridesmaids.
There is no need.
Talk me through it. So you went. So you've actually experienced that, because the girl was burning, and I felt so bad. Like, she was basically crying
gosh.
on
I
TikTok.
can understand why she's upset, because
Really?
when you're in that kind of situation, it can be upsetting. So like I said, it happened to me. All that. If I now say it, everyone's gonna know who I'm talking about, because, well,
it is what it is, man.
anyway,
yeah,
it is what it is. And I'm still friends with that person.
Oh, okay.
We still have some sort
You're
of
still
relationship.
cordial, yeah.
We're still cordial, should
yeah.
I say?
Yeah.
But it did happen to me.
Yeah.
So when it happened, oh God, it really happened to me. But then my wedding was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then she got married last year. So there's
It's
obviously
a matter of time.
has passed.
Yeah.
Friendships have changed.
Yeah.
So in that respect, there was that element.
Yeah.
Having said that, I was still very like shocked.
What you were taken back when
it happened.
How did you have that conversation?
So she actually sent me a message.
Oh.
The whole wedding was.
Oh. She sent you a message to say you're not a bride.
She sent me a message
before you even got the chance to even wonder. Hey.
Whether it's wonder or not, because to be fair, I was making comments like, "Yeah, we have a wedding to plan." And my husband was like, "I don't think you should be that confident." Like, to be fair, it wasn't that I was assuming that I was gonna be a bride, but I was just like, I was definitely like, we have a wedding to plan. You know when people say someone that we have a wedding to plan? That was
we have a wedding to plan.
No, but honestly, it was. Do you know when someone FaceTimes you on the day they get engaged?
God, don't actually kill me.
When somebody FaceTimes you on the day they get engaged,
they weren't even invited to the wedding.
I was invited to the wedding, so I don't feel that bad.
No, my God, I've seen people say that.
Yeah, you know, we have a wedding to plan, and that's why I'm laughing. So I was definitely doing that. We have a wedding to plan. When she FaceTimed me, she was like, "I'm engaged." I was like, "Oh, we have a wedding to plan." It's so funny because I was definitely
embarrassing. Oh my God.
Honestly, I'm actually just shaming myself for that thing. But I was definitely that we have a wedding to plan. No, but in all fairness,
it's so funny because she's looking at you like.
And the thing is, I was clocking when I was doing we have a wedding to plan. I know that she was kind of like,
yeah.
So
about that. No wonder she has to send your voice there.
I think she sent me a text.
Gently let you down. Oh my God, that is hilarious.
My husband was telling me, he was like, I don't think you should be. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, this is my oldest friend.
My girl.
I said, like, no, honestly. Me and my husband always laugh about it. Thank God I don't have shame. I'm not one of those people that's
that is
like,
actually hilarious.
I'm
oh
not
my God,
that
my makeup is
embarrassed about
ruined.
it.
I'm so sorry if the rest of the episode is messed up then.
No, you're fine.
Oh my God.
Luckily, I'm not one of those people that's like, So she's saying that.
So wait, so she sent you a voice. Wait, so what? She sent you a message.
So she sent me a message.
Okay.
She sent me a WhatsApp, and she was just like, "Hey, babe." So I've decided that what she said was that she didn't want any, because I was already married. She wanted all her bridesmaids to be unmarried.
Okay.
And she was gonna have one matron of honor who is obviously married, and she had chosen another friend. So that was the message that she sent me.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So I was like,
okay.
My honest response was like, okay, I'm not gonna pretend I'm not disappointed, but at the end of the day, you know, it's your wedding. I want you to have a good time. And she was a great maid of honor for me. Like, I'll never take that away from her. So I was like, just know I'll still be at the wedding. I'll still do everything as normal. Yeah. Because also I didn't want her to. People knew we were close. Yeah, yeah. So even people that when they found out I wasn't even a bridesmaid, people were like, "What is she actually smoking?" So that's why I was like, I can't even be that embarrassed because all of that. Yeah, like as much as
I think that's what makes it hard sometimes. Though, is when everyone else is also expecting you to be
exactly, which made it worse.
Yeah, that makes it worse, especially when they're taking long to. So it's like
luckily she put me out of my misery pretty quickly because. She didn't have a long engagement anyway.
Yeah, at least she messaged you though. At least she had the
I got a message, but she did what she did to me to another friend who she was also bridesmaid for, who was also married, and she wasn't a bride, and she didn't even get the message of you're not a bridesmaid. Yeah. She basically just like snaked, like that girl got worse than I got. Yeah. So in some ways, I was using that to comfort myself and basically be like, well, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Type of situation. Yeah. But yeah, it did happen. It actually happened to me. Oh my
God, that's actually hilarious.
Yeah, it happened to me.
That is such an awkward position to be in.
It was. Do you know what? I wasn't offended because, like I said, my husband, thank God for me.
He kind of like, he already popped your bottle to be like, girl, I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's going to be that.
So just relax yourself.
But the thing is, me being me, I should have just been like, yeah, you're right. I was like,
it's my friend.
So that's why I just like I can only laugh about it because
no, that's actually hilarious.
And at the end of the day, she did herself because ultimately, she fell out with a lot of her friends that she did actually choose to be bridesmaids.
And we need to talk about that as well, like bad vibes, brides, just brides, not bridesmaids, just brides.
She kind of was. I didn't get the brunt of it because I was no longer on the planning. Like I never was on the planning committee. Thank God. Yeah. So I just knew what other people said to me. Yeah. But I could believe it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And I think as well, I was gonna add, so I didn't want to interrupt you, but you just to go back to the point as well that you were making about like you did understand like why people even fall out with their bridesmaids. I was gonna ask, how long was the gap between when you asked people to be your friends to be your bridesmaids to when the actual wedding was as well?
Oh yeah,
because I think sometimes, especially if you have a long engagement,
the dynamic can change.
It can change.
Jennifer was saying that one of her bridesmaids will show up.
Yeah, I think that happened to me as well. Only with one, but I feel like that's so right because I had loads of people and only one person, so that's fine. But I did notice actually 2 years because I think mine was nearly 18 months probably, I don't know, but nearly 2 years. For my engagement, and I realized with one of the friendships in particular, things had changed. Yeah. But at the moment of when I'd asked that person to be a bridesmaid, we were gang. So it is kind of hard sometimes because time just changes.
Yeah, I think that's true as well. But so I think for me, I didn't have a massive. I don't know. Some people say it's big.
Well, how many did you have?
But I think by Nigerian standards, it's just I had 8.
That's okay for white wedding.
Yeah, for white wedding. For my trad, obviously there was a lot more. Yeah. For the white wedding, I had 8. So I think, I don't think that's that many. Yeah, same. And I was quite smart with how I played my bridesmaids because I just thought I'm just gonna keep it to my. Because I have so many friends that I've chosen. Yeah. And I'm probably, in hindsight, like now, I'm probably way closer. And like I said, I've been bridesmaids for so many of my friends who I couldn't make my bridesmaid. Yeah. Just because so what I did, I just kept it to my oldest friends. Yeah. The ones I went to secondary school with. Yeah. And I was like, if we're still friends from secondary school. So I think we're okay to have you as my bridesmaid.
Oh, that's nice. And you know what? I don't know if that's something that I should have done, but I kind of did it more based on like who had an impact on my relationship at the time.
I wouldn't,
but I guess that changes as well. But at this time, not really. Especially for the white wedding, it's still kind of all right. But I guess for some people, I think it just changes, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I just found that story hilarious. Sorry, like I just wondered like how people get into that position. But the girl was upset.
Yeah, things change, and I can understand why she would be upset, because if you're friends with somebody, and then all of a sudden, the person's not inviting you, you're gonna be like. But at the end of the day, that's also life. Sometimes you relate with somebody and you think you're something to somebody, and that person doesn't treat you the same way.
Yeah.
So I get it. In my situation, I was invited to the wedding. I didn't end up going just because logistically I couldn't make it work. Yeah. Not because like of beef or anything. Yeah. But I can understand why she would be upset. Yeah. No. I do think it's not a nice thing to experience. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, yeah, just a touch on that last bit with the TikTok. Yeah, I think also, but a part of me also as well, I did also think, girl, just like grow up as well, like.
Do you know what?
I mean, it was just kind of like
when people say that.
When she was like, "Oh, my name wasn't on the seating chart," I do also want people to also give like couples grace as well. You know, that seating chart thing is actually I hate when people are like, "Oh, my name's not on the seating chart, so should I go back home?" It's like that thing could have just been. You could have maybe not RSVP'd, or maybe you RSVP'd after the thing was printed.
If it was.
There's so many errors that can happen.
I do get that.
And I hate when people make it all about them. So she was like, oh, no one even called me up to go and get food. It's like, girl, just go up and get food. It's a Nigerian wedding. No one is. Was
it a Nigerian wedding?
Yeah, like no one's gonna like turn you away to like not eat food. Like, for goodness sake.
I don't know. It depends, because most of the time, most couples wait until like 3 days before the wedding to print the thing, because they know when Nigerians people change. Yeah. And if the name doesn't even make it to the seating plan, you will at least have like a seating what's it called? A place card. Yeah. Because like you have, even if it's handwritten and it's not like the printed like the rest, you have something.
It depends though. It honestly depends on how hectic it gets.
True, and it depends on how many guests.
It has how many guests you have, how hectic it gets, because and it depends on the kind of bride as well. I know personally, I can be quite forgetful. So for me, actually, I didn't even end up having a seating chart in the end. So I think that's even actually easier, to be honest, than actually having a seating chart. But anyway, let's wrap that up. But I am happy that you came. So thank you, Ore, so much for joining me today.
It's been a great conversation.
It's been great. I loved it so much. I'm literally, my eyelashes are still wet from earlier.
I love that. I love that for me.
But I think before you go, what would be like your advice to anyone like listening today that is planning their wedding and currently in the thick of it, and just anyone that is looking to get married one day?
I would say, as a bride, don't be a bridezilla. That's not cute. Like, no one loves a bridezilla
at all.
Number one. And number two, you're gonna get the best out of people when you give people the best yourself. Like, for me, I didn't have to. My vendors in particular, they were happy to go over and beyond for me. Yeah. Because I wasn't making unreasonable demands. I wasn't a bridezilla. Even for my bridesmaids, I like to think that I didn't make crazy, like, as much as I was like, this is what I want you guys to wear, there was still an element of choice. So you can wear this dress or this dress. You can either have your hair like this or this, but you all have to have the same. Yeah. Treat people with respect, but remember, like, it's just one day. It's not the end of the world. And ultimately, I think that's how you will get the day that you want, when you treat people with respect and you mutually, like, everybody works together. That's the biggest piece of advice that I could give.
Oh, lovely. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate it. And then, guys, until next time, thank you for coming to the Brides Room. Bye.